So we went to 7 table service restaurants while we were in Walt Disney World. And today I'd like to share with you the restaurants that I would choose to go back to if I were to go to Walt Disney World again. And the ones that I would give a second chance, and the ones I would definitely not go back to. So the first restaurant I went to was Be Our Guest. And I would not go back to Be Our Guest. I felt like it was too expensive for what we paid for it. Even though we were on the dining plan, it was just kind of like way too expensive for what we got. I got the steak and pommes frites, which is just fries, and it wasn't warm. It was like lukewarm. It wasn't up to what I thought their standards would be for that restaurant. And I didn't say anything because I was just happy to be able to eat something at that moment, because I was just in shock with all the heat that I was experiencing. Even though the atmosphere was really nice, I would much rather go check out some other place. The next place we went to was Liberty Tree Tavern. We went there for lunch. The food was good, but it wasn't like great. I got the pot roast, and it tasted like something that I would get out of the freezer section at Walmart. It tastes fine, but it's not great, you know what I mean? But I would give them a second chance. I would probably order something else, maybe go for dinner instead, or maybe, I don't know if they serve breakfast, but maybe go to a different time of day. I did like the inside though. I really like the theming in there, so I would give them a second chance. The third place we went to was Lanka Hall in Epcot, and I would give them a second chance. The food what I got was the chicken, and somebody else got the meatballs, and basically I definitely ordered the wrong thing, because the chicken was good, but it was kind of dry, and I didn't like the sauce they put with it, but the meatballs that I tasted were perfection. So I would definitely give them a second chance and get back there and order something else. Although the princesses were kind of distracting, but if I just went without a kid there, I think it'd be kind of fine. So the next place we went to was SciFi DineIn in Hollywood Studios. And I would definitely 100% go back there. It was my favorite restaurant that we dined at the entire time. We went there for lunch, and the atmosphere was top notch. The food was top notch. It was plenty of it. It was just amazing. I had an amazing time there. The next place we went to was Tusker House for lunch in Animal Kingdom. I would go back there, definitely. The character interaction was the best that I had experienced while I was at Disney World. I really felt like they included the adults just as much as they do the kids. Here's a picture of me and my boyfriend, Goofy. The food, though, I don't remember anything that I ate, except for some chicken, which was good. The food's not all that memorable. At least not to me. But it is a buffet. You can get whatever you want. So, I'd definitely go check it back out if I went another time to Disney World. And again, the atmosphere was top notch. I loved the theming inside of there as well. And the last day we went to 2 places. We went to Crystal Palace for breakfast, and we went for the early dining, or the early breakfast an hour before the park opened. And if you can do that, definitely do it. No questions asked. If you can do that every day, do it. Honestly, it is so worth it. But for Crystal Palace itself, the characters were really great. They were a little bit rushed, but I can see why. But they did interact with the adults just as much as the kids. Not as much as Tusker House though. But the food was amazing. I loved the buffet there. So yeah, I'd definitely go back to Crystal Palace. And the last place we went was TRex in Disney Springs for dinner. And I would not go back to TRex. The food was just okay. It wasn't really all that great. It's just regular old food that you would get at any restaurant anywhere. And the atmosphere was so loud and distracting, it overloaded all of my senses. I had to go to the bathroom for 15 minutes to try to calm myself down, because it was so distracting and loud and just over the top. Maybe that's something that can be fixed in years to come. And also, because it's in Disney Springs and it's open to the general public, it was very crowded. It was the longest wait we had to do. Even though we showed up 20 minutes early for our reservation, we still had to wait a very long time. I think it was almost an hour after our reservation. So it was like almost an hour and a half by the time we arrived there that we even got sat down. So I would not go back to TRex. I hope this helped you maybe decide where you want to go for your table service credits, if you're on the dining plan or just table service in general when you're in Walt Disney World. Maybe you can learn from some of my mistakes and take some of my pointers for which restaurants to go to that are amazing. So yeah, if you like this video, please like it down below and subscribe for more travel related videos. Thanks, bye! Rememberable. Rememberable is not a word.